It's an historical day. South Africa are taking on Australia in the final of the Women's T20 World Cup. Some phenomenal scenes in the semi final. I was present, I watched it live. It was incredible to see what has happened in that particular match. And I'm actually quite emotional sitting here thinking about it and everything that's happening with regards to this team. And I had to give you guys a preview before this game. The game does take place today at 3 o'clock at Newlands. And even though I'm not present and I won't be present at the final, which is quite sad, I will explain that to you a little bit later. But this is the preview for the Women's World Cup. So let's get straight into it. But before we get going, before we get started, there's a couple of things that I please would like you guys to do. Please subscribe to this channel. Please click that notification bell for all future videos. Don't forget to smash the like button. Don't forget to comment. Don't forget to share. It's very important that you guys do that so that we can obviously get into the algorithms on YouTube and our content can be shared, because we're putting a lot of time and effort and dedication into this, and we really need your support. Another way you guys can support us is also by becoming a patron today. If you want to help us grow and promote South African cricket and you want to help us grow as a company, then please get involved with our Patreon account. The link is on the screen as well as in the description. And then also become a subscriber of Cricket Fanatics Magazine monthly. This is our bread and butter, guys. This is what Cricket Fanatics Magazine is all about. Go to the link on the screen as well as in the description to download your free issue. Every single issue is 100% free, actually, straight to your inbox every month. As I said, the link is on the screen as well as in the description. And if you want to get your regular updates, your news updates, your features and exclusive content on a daily, go to cricketfanaticsmag.com for all of your updates. Now, without further ado, guys, let's get straight into today's video. I'm excited, nervous, but also very proud to sit here and do a preview for this particular match. Let's get straight into today's video. A very good morning and welcome to Cricket Fanatics Magazine. This is your preview show. I'm your host, Khalid, and this is the show where we talk about everything that has to do with the final of the T20 Women's World Cup between South Africa and Australia. Now, this is a historic moment, guys. It's exceptional that what these women have done over the last couple of years. The way this team has grown, the way this team has really shone under pressure with the circumstances that they face on a daily is phenomenal. I just want to give you guys a quick overview of what women's cricket like is in South Africa. At a domestic level, there aren't many teams. I think there's only one or two teams that are getting paid domestically with regards to contracts. The rest of the teams don't get paid a salary, so they're playing purely for the passion of the game. They're playing purely because they want to be the best that they can be, and they've sacrificed almost their entire life to play the sport for and to do what they love doing. I've been following quite a few of the teams for a number of years now, and since I've been in this industry, I've been a major advocate for women's cricket because I feel they need the support, and I think they need our support and promotion that we can do with regards to that as well. So what's very important from my perspective is that we support these ladies. A lot of the players in this particular team aren't contracted by the Proteas either. So that means they're not necessarily getting a salary on a daily from a domestic point of view. They are playing completely for the passion. They can play completely because of the love of the game of cricket. And I think that's very admirable. I mean, for this particular women's team, with everything that happened before this World Cup, with everything that happened leading up to this World Cup, we know the controversies that this team faced. We know that there were some issues that were leading up to this World Cup, and it never started the way they would have planned. I mean, losing to Sri Lanka by 3 runs in front of a packed Newlands crowd, Chloe Tryon and the play and Sune Loose and some of the players saying that they were extremely nervous and shaken and taken aback by the fact that there were so many ladies watching them in the stands. They aren't used to this type of crowds. They aren't used to this type of support. I've been to international women's games where there are not even 100 people in the stands. And that's a shame, because I feel that this women's team has been one of the most successful parts of our cricket in South Africa. The way they've come together and put on performances on a regular, making multiple semi-finals, and finally getting over that hurdle. The first senior South African team to ever make a World Cup final. We should be sitting here and we should be very, very proud of this team and what they've achieved. Because I've been saying it for a very long time. I've been saying that if any team is going to make it into a final, it's going to be these women. I saw at the T20 World Cup in Australia the way they fought, and they just lost out by rain. And a lot of people might say no, but there was still a game that was played. But that DLS, the way it completely diminished that game, from my opinion. It made it a lot harder with the less balls and the amount of runs on the board to be able to chase it down than what they would have had if they had a full over game. So we saw the fight from some of the youngsters in that team, Nadine Leclerc particularly. And once again, in that semi-final, they put on an amazing performance. I mean, I was there at the stadium live watching this game, the way they fought against England. I mean, that England team scored 213 on that particular ground just days before. And with 165 on the board, the way they got there was phenomenal. I mean, Tasman Brits and Laura Wolfart coming to the party when they were needed, when it was crunch time. I mean, they never necessarily performed really well. Besides Tasman, of course, she had that 140 that she did score, but Laura didn't perform really well in this tournament leading up to those knockout games. And then to score two consecutive half centuries like that on the trot was phenomenal. The running between the wickets between the pair was phenomenal. And I know I'm just reviewing the semi final because it was such a proud moment. I was live outside the stadium because we aren't allowed to shoot with inside the stadium, guys. So I can't go around and walk around and do fan cams. So it was shocking. It was amazing to see the amount of support that the ladies got at the semi final. It's in that game as well. And to defend that total, because I thought it's England, they're going to chase this down. So where am I going to be? I'm going to explain my situation. Um, I wanted to cover Shukri's first ever test series. It is a very historical moment with regards to the test team as well, because it's a reset button, fresh new faces in the team, and it's Shukri's first series as as a test coach. And I wanted to be in Joburg for it. We looked at the tickets and we tried to book the cheapest tickets that we could find. As you know, that we are not a profitable organization at the moment. All the money that is coming into this company is keeping this show going, is keeping the magazine going, is keeping our company going. So at the moment, we are relying on an angel investor that actually gave a massive donation to us that to try and keep us going. Unnamed person, I thank you very much for that donation, because it really kept the lights on. It really kept us moving. So money is not necessarily an obstacle that I can just throw around. And for me to be everywhere, it's very difficult. And we got the cheapest flights available to us, and it was yesterday morning for me to be able to fly up. When we made the final, I tried to change my flights. I tried to book new flights. Both the tomorrow and Tuesday was booked out, as well as today was booked out. I couldn't change my flights. I tried to book new flights. It's 5,000 rand for a return ticket and 3,000 rand for a direct ticket, no matter where I go. So whether I was on a flight today, fly tomorrow, or even fly Tuesday, it's even more expensive. And I think it's because that Cape Town, there's a lot of things happening at the moment. The E-Pre is happening at the moment as well in Cape Town. So I think a lot of people are flying down to go watch that too. So it's virtually impossible for me to be able to go. But there is a positive and a light at the end of the tunnel. We've got a lot of guys that have worked with Cricket Fanatics magazine before and that have moved on to other publications. There are people from Cricket Fanatics magazine that will be present at the ground, that will be covering the tournament for us. So CFM will be there, just I won't. And it was a very emotional experience. I was very down at Newlands. I was, if you can ask some of my friends that if you see them at the ground and ask them how I was really down and very depressed on Friday at the ground when I knew that this wasn't going to happen. It wasn't going to be possible. But CFM will be there, and they will be producing amazing content at the game. And you need to find someone that has been writing for us recently, Aviile. He'll be outside the ground doing a little bit of fan cams and interviewing you guys. So please go and find him. Please go talk to him. Please give a message to the ladies, whether we win or lose, guys. Because I think that whether we win or lose this match, this day is special for all South Africans. The fact that Newlands is sold out is an amazing thing for me. So This is our preview show. We're going to be previewing the next game and talking about what we expect from South Africa. And I want to get a little bit of help as well from someone that has been covering the women's game, not only for CFM, but for his new publication as well. So I'm going to be bringing in on very, very soon. Just to go through some of the live chat and answer some of your questions, Joshua Lucas is saying, do you know what times the gates open? I sent a message to ask, and it said 1 o'clock. It will open up for fans. Journalists obviously can go into the ground throughout the game. Winning teams put bums on seats, simple as that. Historic day in SA cricket, says Trevor Solomon. Pinar van Wyk says 60 plus 20 overs for a women's game is seriously impressive. Yeah, very impressive. That first 5 overs was scary. It was really scary. I was sitting there with I'm nervous when England got that start to that game. Death bowling also was great. Kaya Bonga Kaka, guys. I don't think she gets enough plaudits. She's a fantastic bowler, and she has been for a very, very long time. And I feel that she doesn't necessarily get the plaudits she deserves. I mean, the fact that she hasn't been picked up in the IPL is mind-boggling to me. It's actually quite shocking to me. I think it's one of the biggest snubs that they could have had. Mlaba has bowled excellently, taking the pressure and opening the bowling in some matches as well. I think that Nadine de Klerk was phenomenal, as with the ball and with the bat. And of course, Shabnim Ismail. I mean, that last over that she bowled was fantastic. I mean, the pressure on her to be able to bowl the way she did against a team that can easily just smack you over the line. They can clear the normal boundary, even not only the women's boundary, which is phenomenal. And I think the way she kept her nerve was phenomenal. I'm from India, badly want to SA to win and beat Australia and be world champions. Thank you, bro. Thank you a lot. That Centurion track is bowlers graveyard. Hope we can do something similar when what England is doing to New Zealand at the moment. Yes, we will do a preview for the show for the test series tomorrow. I will try to my best to do it at a time that suits everybody. I normally we do 7 o'clock, but it depends what time I get back from Centurion and all of those type of things for the pre-match press conference. Um, we've got another one over here saying probably it will be the woman who will now remove the chokers tag from the Proteas. The Clegg spell was also good. Yes, she's a phenomenal bowler. I mean, I already said it in that game in the T20 World Cup in Australia. The way she bowled there was also fantastic. To restrict Australia to actually quite a slow total. And I thought South Africa had it in the driving seat. But I hope that they bat first. Always want them to bat first because this bowling attack, I feel, can defend anything. Okay, let's get into this preview properly. I'm going to bring on my friend Keenan from the Daily Maverick. Welcome, brother. How are you doing, my friend? Ahead of this final, you were at the semi-final. You've been at majority of all the games at Newlands, of course. How are you feeling ahead of this game, and what are your thoughts about this women's team?
How's it, Khalid? I'm nervous to be honest. That's how I feel. I'm very nervous. It's been a long time coming. It's been a few years coming that we've reached semifinals, and now it's finally the big one, and we've made it. So I'm quite nervous. Yeah, as you said, I've been to all the games. I saw them dismantle our bowlers, dismantle New Zealand in Paul also. And that's just an example of what we can do on the big occasion and when it's crunch time. So yeah, I'm nervous. I'm excited. It's a free hit for us. No one expected us to be on paper. England is probably better than us. On paper, Australia is probably better than us. But this is a special group of players that we've got, and I'm excited for the game, and I'm excited to see what we can do.
So I'm not a superstitious guy necessarily, and I don't necessarily want to look at stats when it comes to certain things like this. I mean, because of what South Africa, the rugby team did in the World Cup not so long ago, losing the first match and being the first team to ever win a tournament after losing the first game. Likely in cricket, no team has ever won the World Cup without losing a match in the tournament, which is quite an interesting stat to know in the women's game and men's game in T20 cricket. So all the times that Australia won the tournament, which is five, they've won 5 World Cups already. I mean, we're coming into this with juggernauts we're playing against. I mean, we can see the way they play the game, how fit the team is. The fitness standards are incredible. The fielding standards are incredible. The intensity that they bring. But like I said, no team has ever won a T20 World Cup with being unbeaten throughout the tournament. So it's possible that Australia could be the first to do so, but it also could mean that means South Africa can upset them. Going into this match, how do you think we should set up? How do you think we should approach this game? Do you just think that they just go out and do the same that they've done throughout the tournament, or do you think they need to change a couple of things going into this game?
From the get-go, one thing that's worried me is Marizanne Kapp batting at three. I just think it's a big workload on her to do what she's doing. She's one of our main bowlers and she's batting at three. The position she came in, the situation, sorry, she came in the semi-final was perfect. The platform was laid for her. She had a few overs to go for it. She scored 27 of 13. That's the situation I wanted to come in at. But unfortunately, I don't see that changing. Um, I don't see that changing, but hopefully it works out. Otherwise, I think same game plan, bat first. I think whichever team wins the toss is going to bat first. It's a final. You want runs on the board, but I think we've won 4 out of 5 tosses so far this World Cup. You said you're not a superstitious guy, but I think 4 out of 5 we can make it 5 out of 6. So if Sinailis wins the toss today, bat first, scoreboard pressure, keep things exactly the same. My as you said earlier, Laura Wolfart's had a slow start to the tournament, but she's one of the most consistent players in the world. She's one of the best batters in the world. How she wasn't picked up in the WPL either is also it's mind-boggling. But I think Laura Wolfart, Tasman Brits has been in excellent form. The, they as long as they lay the platform, we bat first. They lay the platform. That's our best chance of destroying this incredible Australian team. As you've mentioned, 5 out of 6 finals. They've made five times champions. Made 6 out of 7 finals. They've only not made the first final in 2009, first Women's World Cup final. So Australia is a serious team, Khalid. It's we're not. It's in the big leagues now. So they beat us in the group stage also, which was not our best performance. Again, we've lost 2 games in the group stages to Sri Lanka and Australia. It's we started very slowly. The whole team started slowly, but I do think that we are peaking at the right time. Everything's coming together. Everything's gelling at the right time. Um, in the that Bangladesh game wasn't comprehensive, but we did what we needed to do, which was practically a quarter final for us. And then
Mm.
so we've been playing knockout cricket for a bit longer. Semi-final was just sublime. Everything was sublime. We started slowly with the ball, and England didn't do anything special to get to 21 of 2, to get to 53 or 5 overs. That they didn't do anything special. We gave them those runs, 5 wides, couple of buys, 4 runs of misfields. So I think that in that stage, I think there was some nerves there from our girls. But after those 5 overs, that Ismail over in the 6th over, the last over of the power play,
Yeah.
2 wickets, 2 runs, just to pull back the power play like that. That's what we need. Our senior players to stand up and be counted, and that's what's been happening so far. Ismail's been phenomenal. She's really stood up, clocking 128 at 34 years old. Probably the fastest she's ever bowled. 128 at 34 years old. It's ridiculous to think about. Um,
Mm.
so yeah, our senior players are standing up. Cup was phenomenal with the bat in the semi-final. We've mentioned Brits, who I don't think um is or was regarded as one of our big players that we needed to stand up to have a chance in the World Cup. But she has been exceptional. Back-to-back 50s and at the great rate too. And yeah,
In the
she can
field, she's
clear the
been
boundary.
phenomenal,
Yeah,
and in the
yeah, and
field, yeah.
yeah, in the field too, like that second catch she took. But yeah, she wasn't regarded. It was maybe Laura, Cup, Ishmael, Tryon, and yeah, those are the and Kaka who were regarded as our big players headed into the tournament. And Brits has stood up. Um, Mlaba's been she's obviously the number 2
Yeah.
bowler in the world, but she had a bit of an off day um on in the semi final, but other players stood up. Nadine de Klerk,
Mm.
as you mentioned, 3 overs for 11, 4 overs for 17. What more can you ask for? That was I think Sinay Leafers gave her the ball as like give us an over, and then she couldn't get the ball off her. She could not take
Hmm.
the ball off her. That was an exceptional spell. She got the big wicket of Skiverbrandt, Natalie, that is, who's been guns blazing so far. Highest run scorer in the tournament. Took her wicket casually. Did her job. Yeah, Nadine de Klerk also not regarded as one of the big players heading into this tournament, and she stood up. And so, yeah, it's been a complete team performance. Proteas women's, it's been 1 to 11. Everyone putting their hands up at different stages. I mean, someone like Annika Bosch, who hasn't got an opportunity to bat in the semi-final, hasn't got an opportunity to bowl. Not like easily, mind could wander. Takes 2 catches, last 2 catches, fields brilliantly.
Yeah.
Underrated fielding performance by her in the semi-final. Just everyone's putting their hand up to do what they need to do, and that's all we can ask for. And hopefully, it continues in the final.
Yeah. Well, Keenan, thanks a lot for coming on the show, and giving your thoughts. I hope you're going to enjoy this final. I'm going to live vicariously through you, because I mean, obviously I won't be there, but so represent us all well, bro. Do an excellent job, and I'm hoping that you can catch up with AV outside the ground and maybe give your thoughts on the game, maybe after or whenever he's going to be doing, to have a chat to him and see what his plans are. But have an amazing time. It's an historical moment. Enjoy every minute. I mean, it's your first ever T20 World Cup as well. So good luck, bro, for this final.
Thanks so much, Khalid. Yeah, how lucky am I to my first World Cup and we're in the final? Maybe I'm the lucky
Incredible.
charm. Yeah.
I hope you are.
Cheers, Khalid. Thanks so much,
Cheers.
man.
No problem, man. See you soon. Okay,
See you.
that's how that's what Keenan had to say. I'm gonna bring on our first caller, Shwani. Welcome to the show, buddy. How are you doing, brother? I love the beard, eh? It's looking good. You're just on mute, bro.
Yeah, I think it's a fantastic day for South African fans. And I think the first time ever South African, whether it's women cricket, it's for men's, they're going into the finals. And I think it's great for South African cricket that lot of fans is going into the queue and going to watch into the finals. And I will be, you can say that I will cheering South Africa because I love South African cricket from the past 15 to 20 years. So even showed us, they showed a commentator fighting opposite England in the semi-final, but I think it will need to stitch together a perfect game to topple them to the mighty Aussies. And I think South African team has made a rapid stride over the past 12 months, and after making the semi-finals of the ODI World Cup last year, they entered the maiden final of ICC event here today. But I think what this South African team showed us, I think they showed us that tremendous fighting. You can say the attitude
Hmm.
which we ingrained it in South African cricket. And what we saw in South African's men team, they also showed that what we lack, what we don't want from South African women team. So this will be the the best contest we will watch in this final. One more brief point I wanted to add in this crucial match. I think what we see in this tournament, I think the likes of Laura Walbert and Tasman Brits, that this girl has inspiring story. Is I think the former javelin thrower junior champion.
Hmm.
This girl, I don't think anyone has thought that this girl go through long in this tournament. Obviously, we all expected from Laura Walbert that he will be the uh, record-breaking run scorer in this tournament, but Tasman Brits is a sensation in this tournament. But one thing South Africa has to look out, that South African women batters are a little bit weak against spin, so they have to be a little bit cautious there, because if you saw in this in women cricket, that the that in the middle overs most of the team is either losing the match or winning the matches. So in that
Hmm.
department, the role of Laura Wolvert and Tasman Brits is very, very important, because if you see, they give us solid platform. If you saw all the women's team, there are very, very few hitters, which you can say that which can hitting the sixes with the ace. If you see from Indian perspective, there is the likes of Richa Ghosh there, and in England team there's Catherine Brunt, and from South African team, I think uh, Troyan Troyan can play that role. I think her role will be very crucial in that match today. Obviously, his performance are, you can say that note. You can say what we expect from her is, so I think in that final he can play that important role. And also Sune Lewis, his performance, her performance are consistent, but I think he can also play that role. So the guys who don't perform that well in the tournament, they can play a crucial role there.
Mm. I think the biggest question is going to be,
Yeah,
Ashwani, is when if we lose an early wicket. What do we
yeah.
do at that particular time? Because Tasman Brits and Laura Wolfert at the top of the order are so important to setting the tone for South Africa. And majority of the time, when they do set us up, we end up winning the match, or we put on a decent total at least. So when that wicket falls, I mean, what would you like to see happen? I mean, we know that Marazan Cup is at 3, but what would you expect from Marazan in that situation? Are you there? Okay, guys, I think we lost Ashwani. Ashwani, you there? Oh no, we've lost Ashwani. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, like I said, that's a very important situation in a match. I think they need to find a way on how to recover once they lose an early wicket, particularly either Laura or Tasman Brits. I'm crossing fingers, of course, that everything goes to plan. What I want to see from South Africa, the only thing I want to see is a fighting spirit. And I think they will. I think this is the type of team that they have built, the culture that they've built. They fight for each other, they believe in each other, and they fight until the end. No matter if they are in a situation where they might be losing a game, they still fight till the end. I've seen that from them in every single match that they play. They never ever just throw in the towel and give up. They try and push until the end. And I think that is something that's very admirable. A win for South Africa will do a phenomenal thing for South African cricket, not just women's cricket. But when I'm talking about women's cricket in particular, what this will do for women's cricket in South Africa is just remarkable. The fact that the these women have put on sacrifice so much, the passion that they show, that they don't get paid domestically. There's not a lot of money in domestic cricket that is getting that's being distributed in a domestic level for South African cricket in the women's game. This will do a phenomenal thing for the women's game. And I think it will also bring a lot of awareness to women's sport and to in the world because of the story, because of what these ladies had to sacrifice over the last 7, 8, 10 years, ever since they played this sport. I mean, they are a symbol of what women's cricket is all about. I mean, the Australia team, yes, they are phenomenal. They play the game and how they're the level that you want to reach. But they get paid good salaries. Domestically, they get good money. So there's a lot of incentives for these women to perform. And I think that the South African team is actually a symbol. It's a symbol of what women's cricket is all about. And and I hope that they can win this final. And I really hope that they can come through and do a phenomenal job. But we'll have to wait and see. And it all rides on those two at the top of the order. So I'm going to bring Ashwani in to get his view on that again. Ashwani, I
Yeah.
just want to ask you again about if we lose an early wicket, what do you want to see from South Africa to recover?
I think if you saw in women's cricket from the past 5 to 10 years, obviously I don't watch women cricket that well, but what I saw little bit glimpses, I will share with you. I think in women cricket, if you saw the girls who just playing that maneuvering game, they are tend to do well because I told you that most of the women girls, women's are not a big striker of the ball, which we saw in men's cricket. They are likes of Brunt are there, Chloe Troyan are there, Richa Ghosh from India as well. But I think the batters who tend to play that maneuvering game and play that anchorage role, they tend to do well in women's cricket. So I want to see the likes of Laura Wolvert and Sune Lewis. They should play that anchorage role so that the other batters, you can say that like Bosch. who I think not played up to his potential. Obviously, don't get too many matches. Chloe Troyan. So these guys have to play that accelerator role along with that anchorage role like Brits and Sunil Lewis. So the girl who tend to game like the Virat Kohli played that of role. So they have to play which Virat plays for his team. So I think that maneuvering role is best suited for them, and after the last overs they can accelerate according to the strike rate.
Ashwani, thanks a lot for calling in on the show and giving me your thoughts. Is
Right.
there any final words you want to say to the Proteas women?
Yeah, I think best of luck for the Proteas team, and obviously Australia will be going favorite. But I want to see that South Africa winning the World Cup, and I think it will be a huge for South African cricket, and many more followers will be added addition to the game. Like rugby is for South African country. I think cricket will also be going into that direction if South Africa win this World Cup.
Thanks a lot, Ashwani. Excellent points that you
Right.
made, and I'll speak to you very soon, my brother. Okay, so let's get into the part of the show that I'm really excited about. I'm just going to go to our Twitter account and show you. You guys need to follow us on Twitter. We'll be having updates of the game live from Newlands. We have someone at the ground that will be covering it, of course, and be doing our report and obviously reaction pieces, etc. And we also will have someone at the ground that will be doing some videos, fan cams outside the ground. So if you guys want to give your say and have your say on this particular match, please go outside of the stadium by the ticket office, by the front of the stadium, and go look for Aviyile. You can find him on Twitter as well if you want to find him there to see how he looks or whatever the case may be. But go find him and go talk to him. He will find you too. He will come up to you and interview you as well. Okay, so I just want to show you guys some of the messages and how Twitter has reacted, obviously, to various things that has happened during this World Cup so far, especially in the recent matches that has taken place. I'm bringing it up on screen now, guys, for you. I just want to show you some of the messages that were sent in by some of the people that were obviously tweeting about this game. So we can go right down to the bottom of here and have a look at what people had to say. I mean, this is Selena Munsami that said game changers, history makers, my freaking word. Momentum Proteas beating England women by 6 runs to book a place in the T20 World Cup final. What a moment for this team. What a fantastic win for our ladies. Turn it up, my hero year for her. That was excellent. I mean, there's Aviyile right here, guys. If you want to have a look, this is where you can follow him. Please go find him at the ground. He'll be obviously doing some fan cams, etc. At the ground at the final. I just want to check here because I did get a message now that is important. Yeah, he's actually messaging me about this now, and I'm telling him to do some before and after. Okay. So we will be having videos from you guys, but this is his reactions of a gift that he did. Obviously at the stadium. Look at the fans that came to support this game. Phenomenal. Uh, it's online tickets are sold out. It's just been confirmed that all online tickets are sold out for the Women's T20 World Cup final and against Australia. It's amazing. We've got here Chiefs Kingdom Umpo. You know Umpo. He'll be at the ground as well, watching from the stands. So where can we get the Proteas women and a World Cup kit in Cape Town? I need to stand with the team them at Newlands, looking like them and represent us in the T20 World Cup final. Surely someone here can help me. Wayne Parnell, I was there to witness history. Phenomenal. Look at the lines, guys, outside the stadium yesterday. Before this game, it is incredible. I've never seen lines like this at Newlands for any game. It's phenomenal that this has been happening. As you can see over here, the tickets are sold out for this particular game. A stadium full, tickets are over. Incredible, incredible, incredible. Marazan Cup saying 14 years, God is good, one more to go. Come on, South Africa. Phenomenal, phenomenal. This is the team that has done it. Peace, unity, and harmony. Kathy Freeman. Tim Dale says, whatever happens tomorrow or today, the Proteas have inspired a nation with their T20 World Cup semi-final win yesterday. You only need to see the queue outside Newlands this morning. We can only hope that Eskom let the nation Let the Waisha watch the game tomorrow. Um, Natalie Jamana saying World Cup final tomorrow. Cannot wait to watch it unfold and have the privilege of sharing it with everyone. For these amazing athletes, let's turn it up one more time, South Africa. As you see, the ticket office has a pitch over here. Claire Connor saying, in 20 years, I've never seen more than a few hundred people watching the Proteas women play. And now this. I hope tomorrow's sellout at Newlands is a defining moment for this country, where girls can see new opportunities and believe in inspiring role models. I mean, it's it's really emotional, guys. To think about it. Nick Savage saying South Africa, Cape Town, Suna Lewis. This is what she said before the game. It's something we never thought would happen in our country. People standing in queues to buy tickets for a women's cricket match. That's just where we are as a country at the moment, and that's where women's sport is going to. And Naima will be covering the game for us. The final will be televised on SABC Plus and SABC 3, which is a massive move by SABC. So congratulations. Well done, SABC, for doing that, so that the whole nation can see this and the masses can watch this final. Vernon Philander saying massive congratulations to our Proteas women for qualifying for the final on Sunday. You have done us all proud. Go and enjoy the final, and may it be your best game yet. This is the details, guys. So Sunday, 26th February, which is today, 2:30, so 3 p.m. start. Live on SABC 3 as well, which is phenomenal. Thank you, SABC, for broadcasting this. I hope this team has forever changed women's sport in South Africa, said Marazan Cup as well. The amount of pride we feel can't be described. It's 100% true. A love letter to the Momentum Proteas, bringing the cup home. It's time. The end. Fantastic, Lesejo. Naima saying it's finals day. All the very best to the Momentum Proteas. They've already achieved so much just by getting here. What a day it's going to be. Werner saying massive day that will go down in cricket history for South Africa as one of our greatest achievements, regardless of the result. Let's rally behind our ladies and get pumped up for our first ever final, any senior cricket side ever. I mean, I'm getting goosebumps thinking about this. Prasanna, Droom groot meisies. Sorry, I didn't know that he's even speaking Afrikaans. Droom groot meisies, nie stop ons vandag nie. It's all come down to this, and there is the trophy at Kirstenbosch Gardens. I saw Gabby tweet yesterday about we can't go without the Kirstenbosch shoot. Look at them. Look at that smile on Sune Lewis's face as captain. I mean, I'm so proud of them. She was on a cover on the previous magazine cover of Cricket Fanatics magazine monthly, and now I'm so happy that the time has come for her to actually be represented. Graham Smith, and so it should be. Let's scream from the roof. Let's scream from the rooftops tomorrow. This is my tweet. Win or lose, you have made us proud of the way you have fought and brought the nation together. Good luck, Proteas women. This nation is fully behind you, and it is what it is. Happy T20 World Cup final day, South Africa. Yes, South Africa is in the World Cup final on home soil. It's happening. Here's a little message on social media as well. I'm going to play it for you guys as well. It was posted on CSA Proteas Women's website. Let's play it for you guys.
Congratulations to the Protea Women's T20 team on making it to the final. This is so exciting. Congratulations, ladies. All the best. Let's go get it. Let's take our cup. Let's take this win. We got this.
Hey guys, it is me again, and I'm here just to let you know that it is time for the ICC's Women's T20 World Cup Final, the ultimate prize for the T20 cricket. South Africa, it's your time to shine. Let's turn up and be part of Africa's first Women's T20 World Cup Final.
And let's turn it up. Let's bring the vibe, let's bring the energy, and let's fill the stadium.
Ladies, so all you have to do now, turn it up. Lamlilo. Turn it up! Let's go!
Excellent. I mean, Sia was there at the semi-final. What a remarkable person for and a symbol in South African cricket. He went to the women's team and hugged every single one of them before the game, wishing them luck before that semi-final. Phenomenal from him, and a phenomenal gesture from him. Here's another picture for Women's Game South Africa. This is what progress looked like. Unbelievable. I really can't believe it. Pumla says today, as South Africans, we rally behind our Proteas. You made history already. Now go out there and do what you know best. Play your cricket the best way you know. Excellent, excellent, excellent. I mean, I just can't believe it. It's just a phenomenal achievement. Myron saying the biggest day in South African cricket history. Enjoy the occasion, friends. We've come a long way. Um, Verna saying again, I thought today would be a good day to share this. Shabnam Ismail always plays with extreme passion, commitment, and fire in her belly. She chose the number 89 on her back after being inspired by the passion and fierceness of Andre Nel and showed in the national colors. Ramp it up, lady. Um, Marty Sports saying we would like to wish the Proteas woman all the best against Australia in the final in the ICC T20 Women's World Cup taking place today. Do us proud, ladies. We are backing you all the way. Here's another message from Supersport that's on Supersport's channel that I'll play for you guys right now as well.
Ladies, here we go. Listen, I am so excited for you. I'm very much a big fan of the term changing the narrative, and you girls are doing just that. First ever T20 Women's World Cup final. Protea Women's Cricket are part of this history.
Hello ladies, just from my side and the Spa Proteas, we just want to wish you firstly congratulations for making the finals. I've watched the game, I've watched every over, and you guys made us so proud.
To the Protea cricket ladies, this is Kenny Sichan, a Spa Protea netball player. Firstly, I just want to say congratulations on what you guys have achieved. Making it into the final, you've made South Africa proud.
Hi Proteas, a massive congrats on reaching the finals. The semi-finals, you had us on the edge of our seats, and it was such an exciting match to watch, and so great that you guys pulled it through.
Hello, it's Zan here from the Spark Proteas, and I would like to wish our Momentum Proteas ladies the best of luck for the final on Sunday against Australia. We cannot express how proud we are to have watched your semi-final against England and how you came out of there with the victory.
Okay, so that's another message from the Spa Proteas, of course. The netball team, the South African netball team. So it's phenomenal that they've gotten this opportunities to give so many people a chance to say their say and how they feel. Dylan Jack saying the biggest day of sport in a while. Proteas winning the Cricket World Cup at the packed Newlands at 3 p.m. Then United will lift their first trophy under Eric Ten Hag at 6:30 p.m. But don't do that to me, bro. Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. Robin Peterson saying, so awesome to see what the women's sporting event is dominating the headlines, and the sporting calendar is SA this weekend. Well deserved, and all the best to the Proteas women team today. We have a preview that is up on the website as well, so please go support it, please go retweet it and share it as well. Here's an excellent message from a legend of the game.
It's time for the ICC Women's T20 World Cup final, the ultimate prize in T20 cricket. Who are you supporting?
Excellent. And obviously that is that. And finally, guys, I just want to say, like I said before, I am extremely emotional about it and still heartbroken by the fact that I can't be at Newlands. That it didn't work out. Go to the beginning of the video to see the reasons why I wasn't being able to make it. But I will be watching the game completely. I will be supporting it. I'll be watching it with a lot of South Africans as well. So we will be supporting you, ladies. Good luck. I mean, you've made us extremely proud already in this particular tournament. The way you fought throughout this tournament, the passion that you've shown, etc. And I mean, we can't express our support more for you than we have already. Please go look at our latest issue of Cricket Fanatics magazine monthly. We did a full coverage of everything, every single thing. So Lauren's asking me why you're not going to be at Newlands, man, Khalid. So what happened was I'm going to the Test series. So for the Test series against the West Indies, obviously also a very historic moment for South Africa as well. And what has happened as well is that we tried to get, you know, the financial situation with Cricket Fanatics magazine, and we needed to get the cheapest flights with regards to coming here to Joburg, of course. When I tried to book the flights, the amount of money that we had to spend for this weekend to come up either today or yesterday was 5,000 Rand for return tickets. And at the moment, Cricket Fanatics magazine and the situation that we're in, I couldn't afford that. I tried to change my flights as well. On Friday evening, I tried to change my flights as well to try and get cheaper tickets. And all the flights were booked out for Sunday and for Monday as well. Tuesday is just not feasible. The flight changes was way too expensive for me to afford at the time. And I also need to be here for the test series, and I want to cover this because it's our first test series, an historic moment in South African cricket as well for our men's team. Our first ever Black African captain leading the team, and Shukri's first ever test series. So I'll be covering that, guys. I'll be there. But Cricket Fanatics magazine will be at the final. We will have representation there. We'll be doing fan cams, so the content will still be happening from the grounds. So even though I won't be there personally, even though I'm so sad about it, heartbroken about it, don't let me talk about it more because I'm just going to get more emotional about it. I will be supporting the ladies and watching the game, definitely. I can't do a live watch along because my equipment doesn't allow me to do so. My computers and everything will crash if I do a live watch along. That unfortunately, I do my shows from a laptop, and the laptop won't be able to handle the amount of input that the mic does and everything that I need, the equipment to be able to do a long watch along. It's not football, guys, where it's only 90 minutes and you can watch along. This is a 4-hour game, 4.5-hour game, so it's not. So yeah, got you, bro. Don't worry, the ladies will unite us all today, and I hope that they do. Finally, guys, I'm just going to leave you guys with a message from the Proteas men's team before I end the stream. There is a little message that was done by Cricket South Africa.
The skills, the heart, and the whole of South Africa behind you
to win the T20 Women's World Cup on home soil. Bring it home.
So that's the message from the Proteas team. To everybody that has watched, to everybody that is tuned in for this particular live show, thank you so much for the support. Please rally behind our ladies. Be on social media. Be active. Tag Cricket Fanatics magazine in your tweets, etc. We will reshare it, retweet it, all of those type of things, so that we can really maximize the support coming from our publication towards the team, and put that passion in, put it into the universe, put in that positivity into the universe, and let's support our ladies. Proteas ladies, make us proud. You already have, but good luck for the final against Australia, and I hope you guys are victorious and become the first South African senior team to lift the Women's World Cup. Thanks everybody for watching. I'll see you guys very, very soon for another live show ahead of the test series against South Africa, and also maybe a review show of the final after it's complete. Take care, everybody. Enjoy the game, and I'll see you guys very, very soon. Peace out.